Good morning, and thank you for joining us at the USHCC's discussion about Puerto Rico and the road to recovery. Angelique Sina is the Executive Director of Friends of Puerto Rico, a nonprofit whose mission is to invest in Puerto Rican communities, foster economic sustainability, and promote self-sufficiency through art, cultural, and educational exchange. She is also a shining example of DC's leadership, a former global relationship manager at the World Bank, and currently commissioner for the Latino community in the DC Mayor's office. Also, a recipient of several notable awards, including a Changemaker awarded to her by the United States of Women in 2017, and one of last year's Forbes 30 Under 30. Welcome, Angelique Sina. We are hearing about the many challenges that Puerto Ricans on the island have been facing over the last few months, from poor electrical power and communications infrastructure, and especially in the western part of the island, all the way to the lack of potable water. What are the most pressing challenges, in your opinion, that are being faced right now by the people of Puerto Rico on the island?
Javier, yes, we are facing many challenges after Hurricane Maria, but primarily I think the most pressing and depressing subject is power. We live in a world that we're used to turning the light switch and getting lights on, having a phone that works. But when you don't have electricity for 3 months and you don't have water because Puerto Rico is an island, the topography, the location, most homes are on a hill or in a very mountainous region, so they depend on electricity to get water. So that is a ripple effect. And I think that is by far the most challenging issue we're having. That, and also the growth of the economy, which has been an issue for the last 10 years. One thing to think about that's interesting is that in the mainland we have the poles are underground, and in Puerto Rico they're on top of the ground. So that is the worst thing you can have when you're in a region that you have tropical storms, you have hurricanes, so you're more exposed.
Angelique, as an association that represents 200 local chambers throughout the country and in Puerto Rico, as well as an association that represents the interests of 4.4 million Hispanic-owned firms, but importantly is funded by over 270 major American corporations. We were very proud to see our corporate friends stepping up to the challenge when it came to Puerto Rico. American Airlines, by way of example, flew people and equipment back and forth between the island and the mainland at no charge. BP provided over 400,000 gallons of fuel for the island. Goya provided over 1 million pounds of food for the people on the island. Verizon invested over $4 million toward relief efforts on the island, and the list goes on. We were very proud of the accountability and really the decency that was illustrated by our corporate friends. Can you share with me a little bit about your thoughts around this notion of corporations stepping in sometimes in the lack or in the void that exists when our own federal government maybe has not done enough? We as an association we're happy, but I'd love to hear your thoughts about corporations really kind of stepping up and stepping in to help the people of Puerto Rico.
Well, I'll start by congratulating these members, because what they did was amazing, and there's so much need that I'm only grateful to see corporations like that stepping in and for fellow Americans. I believe that, well, first of all, I'll second that the highest poverty rate of all the United States is Puerto Rico. Before the hurricane, youth lived at 58% of the youth was in poverty. So now it's even worse. We don't have the data. But seeing corporations like American Airlines, Verizon, BP stepping in for our island makes me feel that there's hope. They know the importance of helping, a U.S. territory, and also stepping in because a lot of their employees are from the island, and maybe the next generation will be their future interns or employees. So to see them supporting the cause is something that it makes me truly happy, and I hope that more corporations can continue to do this.
And follow the lead of these organizations. Fantastic. Angelique, thank you for making time for this.
Placer.
Congratulations
Gracias.
on the amazing work you're doing. The people of Puerto Rico are proud of
Gracias.
you, as are we. Thanks for making time.
Gracias, Javier.